Hi. So in case you don't know me, I am Sherry. I'm a menopause health coach, and I work with women whose hormones are fluctuating or who are already in perimenopause, and using holistic methods, I help you get comfortable in your skin again, regain your energy, your confidence, and your joy for life. Today I wanted to talk about progesterone. So come on with me, let's take a stroll down memory lane to Biology 101, high school health class, and let's refresh our memory on what exactly progesterone is and what it does. So progesterone is one of the three main sex hormones. So we have progesterone, we have estrogen, and we have testosterone. Now, progesterone's main gig is to create a nice, soft lining in our uterus so that if there is a fertilized egg, there's a cushy little landing spot for it. If there isn't a fertilized egg, we shed that lining and we get our period. Now, one of the first things that we start to experience as we go into perimenopause is irregular periods. And that's because progesterone is starting to fluctuate and decline. Now, what else happens when progesterone starts to decline is that really lovely balance between estrogen and progesterone gets a little out of whack. And something occurs called estrogen dominance. And estrogen dominance has its own symptoms, and those are loss of libido, cold hands and feet, breast tenderness, bloating, hair loss, just lots of fun stuff, right? So the good news is there's actually a lot that you can do for yourself to help bolster those progesterone levels and get that, again, that lovely balance between estrogen and progesterone. So the first, of course, is what you eat. And of course, you're a smart woman. You know that you need to eat a really healthy diet. But there are a couple of specific nutrients that are good to focus on when you're thinking about really kind of giving progesterone, sort of a nice little like boost. The first is magnesium. Now, magnesium is one of those, it's essential really for all of our hormones. And I'm always a big fan of getting something from your food source versus taking a supplement. But magnesium is one of those things that because of commercial farming, our soils are actually so depleted of magnesium that you may want to consider taking a magnesium supplement. 100% up to you, my love. The next thing that you probably want to focus on is B5. And now B5 is necessary for all sex hormone production. So, just a couple of foods that are really good for that. We're looking at mushrooms and nuts and beans and lentils and meats and dairy products. The next vitamin is B6. Now, B6 is really fascinating because it has been shown to increase progesterone levels and decrease estrogen levels. So what a thing of beauty as far as trying to get back out of estrogen dominance and into that good progesterone estrogen balance. So you're going to be looking at things like pork and poultry and peanuts and bananas and oats for your B6. The next vitamin is vitamin C. Another fascinating vitamin when it comes to progesterone. It has been shown that women who take vitamin C actually have higher levels of progesterone. Interesting. Now, there's other things beside diet that you can focus on. One of them is to distress. Now, I know taking stress out of your life is way easier said than done, but really important to start to discover what you can do to sort of bring calm and peace into your life. And why? Because what's interesting is progesterone originates from cholesterol. But you know what else originates from cholesterol? Is cortisol. Now, what happens is when you're like all stressed out and your body is perceiving that you're stressed, it starts to divert sort of funds, and it says we need more cortisol. We don't care as much about progesterone. And the scientific term for what happens is it's called the pregnenolone steal. So literally the body is stealing what would normally go to the production of progesterone to make cortisol. So not only is the cortisol showing up as belly fat, but now you have lower progesterone. So very, very important to take a look at that. The next thing is intense exercise. Now you probably are thinking, no, that's so good for me, right? But let's go back to what the body perceives. The body is perceiving too much intense exercise as a stress. So we're going to have, again, more production of cortisol, less production of progesterone. So just be mindful that you don't want to kick it all out on SoulCycle. You want to kind of have a little bit of yoga and meditation in there and have that really, again, it's all about balance. The next thing I wanted to talk about is healthy fats and healthy oils. Now, you can start to see there is kind of a theme here. And what we're getting with the healthy fats and oils is we're creating a healthy base of cholesterol so that you have the source that's needed to create your progesterone. Now, the other thing that you want to look at is healthy body weight. Again, so important. I know I sound like a broken record, but you know what starts to happen, especially in middle age, is as we gain weight, and I totally get it, sometimes it's just, you feel like you can't even control it. It just shows up. And the problem is during middle age, once our hormones start to fluctuate, our body actually starts redistributing where that fat goes. Like instead of it's the butt and the hips, it starts to be the tummy. And the problem is that it's not just belly fat, but it's belly fat that's hormonally active. So it's actually producing estrogen. And let's circle back. What does that mean? That means estrogen dominance, and we're out of whack with the progesterone. So as you can see, there are things you have that are within your control to help keep your hormones balanced. We're going to continue talking about hormones because I love the subject and it's so important during perimenopause and our menopause years. So I will keep you posted. Peace and love.